popping? Your boy here. We talk about a little something. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope the heavenly have woke you up and blessed you and give you opportunity to make it better another day, even if you're not doing so well, even if things aren't going as well as they should be. Still pray that you wake up and make a difference. That's the main thing. Wake up and make a difference. I'm going to speak on a few things that I'm just becoming more bothered by, just like a lot of other people who used to be Democrats are totally bothered by. And we're really just tired of the craziness, this Trump hatred craziness that's just drawing people into being victimized or feeling though they're victimized by this one man, this one guy, this one man, no one in the cabinet, no one anywhere else, no one anywhere. It is just Trump. Trump controls the world. I'm giving Trump too much credit. But that's what folks who I'm talking about always do. They try to give themselves too much credit in their vainness, as I see every day on Facebook. And they also try to give people credit who don't deserve credit. And as soon as those people who they gave credit end up in jail or not doing so good, or now they crazy. Kanye used to be the best producer in the world. Now he crazy all of a sudden. You know what I mean? It's unbelievable. So I'm just tired of these people. I've had enough of them, and I don't even care. I'm ignoring them from now on, because the best thing to do with folks who don't make any sense is just ignore them. Act like they're not even. Just act like they don't even exist. That's the best way to do this. Just ignore them. Ignore them. Now, this video is no way, in any way, has anything to do with me supporting Trump. Not at all. Has nothing to do with that. This video is just my view on people who are just have Trump hater syndrome. You know what I mean? THS, they just done lost their ever freaking minds. It's amazing to me to think that one man can control these people's moves, can control these people, yes, these people, can control the way they live, can control the way they think, can turn them into alcoholics. I mean, it's unbelievable how much this one man has affected them. It's unbelievable. It's like you're giving somebody too much freaking credit, and they just love giving him credit because they need a villain. But they're not looking at the real villains. They always make an excuse for villains. I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday, and every time I came up with something about the Democrats, it was always, but what about Trump? Then I said, well, what about this? Blah, blah, blah. Well, what about Trump? I was like, can you just answer the question for me about what I asked? I listened to your whole spiel, and I'm talking to my man here. He'll know. He'll probably comment down below. Give me a whole spiel about this and that, and I listened to the whole thing. Trump, his cabinet, the people they locked up, whatever. I listened to the whole shebang, and then when I went to say something, as soon as I even mentioned Democrat, well, what about Trump? That's the thing about certain people. And when I say it, I'm sorry, bro, if you feel offended, I'm sorry. But certain people always like to talk over people. They always like to just disregard what you got to say because they feel as though they know everything about everything, and it's just nothing they don't know. Then my man said he knows a lot. That's what he does. But I know some people who don't know nothing, who feel the same way he does. And I don't get this. I don't get this Trump thing. Because I asked him a couple of questions. I'll ask the same thing of you other Trump haters. Are we at war? Are we at war? That's number one. Are we at war? Now, when I say are we at war, are the Bushes in office who are Republicans? I didn't see no Black Lives Matter. I didn't see no Antifa for them sending all them people to die over in Iraq to steal oil. Not one iota. No Black Lives Matter, no freaking Antifa, no riots, no nothing. We're rioting over black people who kill black people. Simple as that. That's what it comes down to. No, none of these people shouldn't have got shot by cops. A couple of the guys who got shot by cops was acting a fool and got shot by a cop. Now I understand, the only thing I understand about cops though is, I'll bring this in real quick. Why you always gotta shoot somebody to kill them? If somebody did some attack me, and I just shoot him in the kneecap. Fool can't do nothing. And you can break his finger. If you break somebody's finger, if you grab and break his finger real quick and nobody see it, that's going to stop him from doing stuff. It's going to be so much pain in a broken finger, he's not going to do anything. The cops should not be shooting to kill all the time. If I was a police officer, I'm going to shoot you in the freaking ball sack or in the kneecap. Well, ball sack might kill you though. So no, we ain't going to do that because Bruce Lee killed the guy when he kicked him in the ball sack. All right? Well, no. Well, you know, Enter the Dragon. Trying to get some levity to the situation. But you don't have to shoot to kill all the time. I understand them. They're always shooting to kill, and it doesn't make any sense to shoot somebody 17 times. I got that. But Black Lives Matter, it wasn't built on that. Black Lives Matter is built on people who want reparations, people who are tired of being victims, or people who love being victims. That's what it is. And the thing about it is the guy who's pumping all this money into Black Lives Matter is not even black. Now that we got that figured out, because that's easy, all you gotta do is look up George Soros. George Soros is not even black. George Soros is not even from here. Well, you know, born here. He's here to raise anarchy. That's what he's here. He's here to fund anarchy. We're gonna have some bricks that show up in the middle of the doggone street all of a sudden. Brand new bricks. Somebody just come and drop off brand new bricks for rioting, but you can't tell a Democrat that, oh, well, what about Trump? What about Proud Boys? What is this Proud Boy thing? I don't get it. I don't get this Proud Boy thing. I don't get this Ku Klux Klan thing. Ku Klux Klan came from the Democratic Party. There's a Ku Klux Klan guy out right now saying he don't want to have nothing to do with Trump anymore because he said Trump was a bunch of whole hot air, and come to find out Trump wasn't supporting him like he thought they was. Look it up. Look up the guy. I don't know if it's the KKK or whatever he's from. Look that guy up on it. I fell into my feed yesterday. Look up this guy who actually was part of somebody else's video, that he said he don't want nothing to do with Trump no more because Trump's denounced him. They keep talking about Trump's a racist. Trump done denounced it like 4 or 5 times, but nobody talk about how much a racist Clinton was when he locked up all the black people he can lock up. Nobody talking about the racist that Hillary was, calling us super predators, calling your children super predators. Nobody talk about that. For some reason, y'all think when they get behind closed doors, they don't call you nigger. What is wrong with you? And all these people, they Biden Harris signs up. Believe me, out of all the Biden Harris signs you see up, if you don't see any on the lawn, there's probably somebody who's voting for Trump. So let's see where the Democratic Party has gone from. Let's go from manipulating the church and its pastors, threatening to take away their 503c if they even talk. They would take away their 503c, which is, of course, that's the opportunity to operate as a nonprofit, but still make a whole bunch of money and buy airplanes and new cars. You know what I mean? And mess with secretaries. Yeah. Because they just as corrupt. Because they're behind it too. I ain't seen no pastors jumping up and down saying, oh, we want to open up our church. What's going on? We want to open up our church. None. Because they probably at the liquor store. Because that's open. Or they probably at an abortion clinic, praying over an aborted baby who's sitting there now, organs about to get harvested, about to be used for sacrifice, the blood and everything, by some old crazy pedophile people on the other side. Yeah, we know what goes on underneath the White House. The same thing that goes on in the mansion parties in Hollywood, who are also part. Yeah. I don't have to say have Satan. I don't have to say demonic. You can see that. You should be able to see that. People who are connected with the heavenly should be able to see people who are demonic and satanic. You can see it. You can see it. You can read it. You can smell it a mile away. So let's see where the Democratic, religious, church-going, God-fearing party has swayed to. They're swayed to science. All they talk about now is science. You don't hear them say trust the heavenly, as y'all call God. I don't use the name God because that's not his name. Elohim, Yahuwah, but his name is not God to me. But I'm saying, if they knew the name of the true creator of all of us, they wouldn't use that. They say believe in the science. All you hear these Democrat Satanists, because they are Satanists, the ones who've been talking this mess. There's some good people who are Democrats who aren't Satanists. But then there's others that's willing to sell their soul to get Trump out of office, to keep their power so they can get more power over you, make you a slave in their house. Some of y'all are going to be a slave for Kamala if they mess around and win. Kamala going to have a whole bunch of y'all slaving. And y'all ain't going to mind doing it because she's going to pay you enough to keep you Yeah, unless they decide to open the border and let a whole bunch of immigrants in here, then you ain't gonna have a job. Black folk do not realize that they want the borders open because they know you don't want to work. So they saying, well, these niggas don't want to work. They ain't never want to work unless they was handcuffed in a cotton field. So since they don't want to work, what we'll do is we'll bring in some people who want to work, that'll work for a quarter, who will work for $1. Because black folk ain't working for no dollar, they ain't working for no quarter, they ain't in Home Depot unless they are entrepreneurs flipping houses and building houses. But we talking about the ones that's sitting home on their behind, smoking weed, dropping off their girlfriend at work in the girlfriend's car and putting rims on them like Jody. We talking about them who ain't trying to do nothing. So since you don't want to do nothing, sit home and smoke weed all day, we got something for you. It's called slavery. And we'll bring in the people who want to work. That's why they said the unemployment gonna go down if they take over the presidency, the White House. Yeah, ain't gonna be no problem ain't gonna be no problem with the unemployment lines because black people ain't gonna be in them because you don't want to work anyway. Why would you go to unemployment line if you ain't got no job and you don't want to work? Stay home. Democrats said we'll take care of you. We'll take care of you with the science. We'll take care of you with the science. So don't worry about it. We'll take care of you with science. You just stay home, smoke your weed, play your video games. We'll be coming to get you soon. Meantime, we'll let the people from the immigrants, illegal or not, come in and take the job that you don't want. Yeah, we let them have the jobs because you don't. Oh man, I could have went in there and easily got me a freaking muffin. Nah, that's all right. I can wait. Easily, they would take the jobs. You got these people wanting to be so into it, wanting to be so involved in all this mess, and when it comes down to it, those people are not connected with the heavenly either. They have no idea what the heavenly is. All they know is they wake up every day, they go about their business, they do their thing. Whether they're working, whether they're not, whether they're smoking, selling drugs, whatever. They wake up every morning, not even thinking about doing the right thing. Or they're thinking about, I want to be a victim, and I want to help other people be victims. So go ahead and do that. I ain't got no problem with people who do that. If it ain't going to affect me, it ain't going to affect me at all. It ain't going to affect me at all. All these crybaby people out here, Trump, giving the man power he don't even have. You won't even give, especially you churchgoers, you Holy Ghosters jumping up and down, doing twerking and all this stuff. You won't even admit that they ain't even mentioning God. All you know is you ain't going to church. A few of you get to go to church. Most of you don't get to go to church. But by the time you get in church, you ain't going to believe in the Heavenly Father. You're going to believe in science. And the pastor's going to be talking about science. Do you hear this potential vice president said, well, I'll take the virus as long as Trump don't say take it? Is that the most childish crap you ever heard from a doggone politician? I'll take the vaccine. But if Trump say takes it, I'm not going to take it. Really? So childish. It's ridiculous. And you people love her because you already know that Biden is senile. I know he's going through Alzheimer's because my mom went through dementia and Alzheimer's. I know what it looks like. Some of you want to ignore the fact, but you're so hoping that he will get sick enough that he got to get out of the way, and now you have your first black president. She ain't even black. But y'all would do anything. Black folk would do anything to try to put themselves in position to do something. Obama did nothing for you. Nothing. Y'all wrote about him being the first black president, elected him for 8 years, and he did nothing for you. All of you who voted for him ain't doing no better than what he does before. Except for the people who are entrepreneurs and don't care about the presidency. And they go on about their business to do their thing. I guess the people who need Obamacare, that's different too. I've been fortunate enough to work at a job that I don't have to have Obamacare. Some of you have to have Obamacare. But how's Obamacare working for you? You paying out the wahoo for Obamacare. You can't even afford it. You can't even go to a physician. You don't have an internist. You don't have nobody to look at your balls to check your prostate exam. Some of you don't have nobody you can go to get a breast exam for the sisters, to get a cooter exam, see if you got HPV or something. Because you can't afford it. So here's the key. Black Lives Matter is funded by a white man, a European white man. Antifa is funded by a white man. People who come in claiming they love Trump are staged people. These are people that they pay to put on Trump shirts with all this mess on it just to stir up more. These people don't know anything about Trump. Like they don't know anything about black people. I told y'all when that Black Lives Matter thing was happening a long time ago. What y'all doing with so many white people in Black Lives Matter? And y'all said, oh, because they for us. No, they for making you a slave too. They hoping that you're gonna be a slave. Remember I was out there rallying with you? Remember I was out there putting myself on the line with you? Remember that? Well, guess what? It's time for you to get in here and cook these dishes and give me your girlfriend so I can do her. That's what's about to happen. You people have lost your mind. You have given this man Trump so much credit for doing stuff that he just can't do by himself. You do have